Hey guys, good morning and thanks for joining.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, before going to the class has been started, you can see OneDrive. So here I uploaded the video, what are we discussed yesterday. So yesterday we discussed about introduction part, what we are going to discuss and what are the pending topics in cybersecurity. So also completed threat intelligence suites integration, like two different types of threat intelligence suites we have. One is open source, second is commercial part. And couple of commercial vendor tools we have existing in the market like Checkpoint or Palo Alto or CrowdStrike or FireEye or maybe SimTool. They have their own threat intelligence itself, and we will get all those updates from all those different types of commercial feeds. And we have to integrate regular updates what are we are receiving across the worldwide or across the universe. Proactively in our tools, we have to block it so that similar type of attacks are received automatically. It will block because already we blocked these activities and respective tools like firewall, EDR, proxy, or IDS, IPS, and web application firewall, and so on. So that's the first topic we discussed yesterday. Second topic is OBA, User Entity Behavior Analytics. As I said, this one enabled this feature in 2019 onwards. So this concept is completely depending on machine learning or historical analysis or deep learning capability or artificial intelligence capability. This particular capability will use to take care of our unknown category of the attacks because we don't know attacker tactics and techniques and procedure, how they are trying to penetrate or organization level like endpoints or network or application and so on. So if you're using this particular concept, even though that is unknown category, then obviously we can block or we can receive those alert notifications. Once we are receiving those alert notifications are instant, as L1, L2, and L3 team, we are taking care of the respective instant investigation. So that is the second topic we discussed. Third topic, it's not completed yet. That is a SOAR. It is security orchestration and automated response. So this is advanced thing basically. SimTool is a dedicated to log collection, log monitoring, log alerting or instant alerting, and forensic analysis or instant investigation tool. Unfortunately, SimTool doesn't have any blocking capability or preventing capability. So, but SOAR, if you are implementing this feature, we can enable. So once you are enabling this particular feature, so even automated response also, blocking of the IP addresses, blocking of the malicious URL links, blocking of the hash values, and blocking of the domains, we can do in the SOAR tool itself because we are doing automatic log integration to this particular SIM tool, or sorry, SOAR tool. And once those alerts are received, and if you are blocking IP address, that replication will go from SOAR tool to backend firewall in the similar way. Once you are blocking the URL link, in our SOAR tool, that replication backend, it will go to proxy. There is no need to log into the proxy server or proxy tool, and we have to block it separately. There is no dependency in simple words, if you want to say. Next one is malicious domains. If you want to block any malicious domain, that may be verification of the phishing email or maybe any other DOS or DDoS category or any other email spoofing category attacks, we have to block after verifying the if the domain name is malicious content or malicious domain or illegitimate domain. In that scenario, if you want to block the domain name, obviously we have dependencies there with either firewall team or proxy or DNS team. But if you are implementing SOAR capability, there is no need to raise a separate ticket to the firewall proxy or EDR or DNS team. Directly, we can block that particular domain name in the SOAR tool itself. Once you are blocking that replication automatically will go to backend proxy or EDR or firewall or maybe even web application firewall as well. So that is the beauty of the SOAR tool basically. In the similar way, so hash value also. In case we want to block hash value, we have to go and we have to block in the EDR tool. But if we're implementing SOAR capability, we can block hash value in the EDR itself. I mean, SOAR itself. That replication will go to backend EDR also. Whenever similar type of content or malicious hash value or malicious files when the end user is trying to download or whether he is trying to do copying of something through files or maybe through clicking on the phishing email malware attachment. So obviously that replication will go to backend EDR tool as well. So that is the overall SOAR concept basically. So security means protecting of the data or information or maybe network and so on. Orchestration means not only grouping of similar type of log source or data sources. We have one more definition, planning or designing also we can say. So planning or designing. Planning or designing of what? Planning or designing of the respective grouping of similar type of log sources. Logs automatically it has to pull from SIM2. Next one is automated response. So automatically instant response will be taken care and we can block malicious or illegitimate activity of IP addresses and domains and URLs and hash values in the SOAR tool itself. So we have discussed a couple of example scenarios also yesterday. One is malware category of the attacks. These are the different types of log sources. Once any alert is received in SOAR tool, all these different types of log sources logs, it will come to our SOAR tool and also it will raise one of the instant ticket as well directly. Now, once that alert is received, we can go and we can do investigation and finally we can do automated response there itself. In this similar way, we have discussed one more scenario that is a part of DOS or DDoS attack. For DOS or DDoS, we have a couple of log source or data sources like anti-DOS, anti-DDoS, and the next one is IDS, IPS, and web application firewall, next generation firewall, even backend servers also. So whenever any DOS or DDoS category of the attacks we are receiving in SOAR tool, automatically whatever log source logs are happening or it is hitting backend, all those log source information will reach to our SOAR tool as instant ticket. And once the ticket is received, we can go and we can do the investigation and blocking also we can do the SOAR tool itself. Once you are doing the blocking of any malicious or legitimate activity, that application will go to backend tools, whatever we are blocking. Even we discussed one more that is phishing email as well. Third one, email category, phishing email category. For phishing email category, as I said yesterday, so we have different types of log sources like SMTP server or email server logs we have to integrate. Next one is email gateway or email security solution. Next one we have proxy or firewall. Why I'm saying proxy? Because one of the use case we discussed that is malicious URL link. Malicious URL link is nothing but it's a part of proxy. So even proxy logs also we have to integrate. Firewall logs obviously we have to integrate. And malicious malware attachment EDR logs we have to integrate. So these are the different types of logs we have to integrate in case if you want to receive any phishing email alert. Additionally, even based on the scenario, approximate 5 scenarios we discussed. So domain validation, IP address validation, header analyzer validation, malicious URL link validation, malicious malware attachment validation, or reputation checks we have to do. So once you are doing the phishing email analysis part, if you want to block any IP address or domain names or URL link and hash values, what a phishing email we received, we can block using SOAR tool itself. That application will go to backend whatever tools we are using. So coming back to how this process will work, what is the backend process, how the instant alert will be generated. Before class has been started, I was using one of the application. That application name is called draw.io. Most of the solution architects, software architects, mobile architects, product architects, security architects, they will use this particular draw.io, especially if you want to make any data flow diagram or network architecture diagram. This is one of the applications that is called draw.io. So I will show how to open this one. So draw.io, you can type here on the website or web browser. Once you are typing that one, it will ask whether you want to take, whether you want to create a new diagram, whether you want to pull the diagram from existing one. So example, obviously I want to create a new diagram and click on the new diagram. And here we have to give whatever name we want to create a diagram. Example, I will give SOAR or something like that. Okay. And I'll put block diagram because I want to make customization. So just click on create. Now it will ask the folder where you want to save this folder. Example, I'll put like SOAR1 and click on save button. Automatically one of the, okay, so design diagram will appear. Under this one, there are different types of vendors it will support. It's an open source basically. It's a free of cost. It's one of the website. You can see general diagrams or general Okay, so algorithms are whatever flow related diagrams. In the similar miscellaneous, in the similar advanced one, basic one, and also flowchart, entity. There are so many. If you want to add more sources also, it will ask like whether you want Active Directory or servers or web servers or routers or switches or Cisco or IBM and so on. So example, take Cisco. So this Cisco related, okay, so what are routers we are using, switches we are using, all those will fall under. Is similar Citrix and IBM and Kubernetes networking, everything it will appear. So in this application, why I'm saying this one, if you are using this one, our life is very easy to make diagrams or design, like high level design, low level design. As a cybersecurity analyst, you will not work on this one. But in future, if you want to make any diagrams, so as a solution architect or security architect, in that particular roles and responsibilities, if you want to make any HLD and LLD, it's very difficult in Excel sheet. It's very difficult in, okay, so PPT or PowerPoint presentation or my Word document. If I use this particular app or website, so our life is very simple to make diagrams within the fraction of minutes itself. So that is the beauty of this particular website or application. Please remember this one. Okay, coming back now, as I said before our class has been started, I created one of the flow diagram. This is the flow diagram, just a drag and drop, that's all. Just click on the mouse and you can top it, just drag and also drop here. Automatically that particular diagram, it will appear here, or box, it will appear here. So I will remove this one. Yeah. So this is the SOAR, basically how the deployment and what is backend process. Every organization contains different types of log sources or data sources. Can anyone explain what are the different types of logs or data sources we have in your organization? Anyone? What are the different types of log source or data sources are existing in your organization?
Servers, end user machines.
Only servers and end user machines? Only these two?
Oh, sir, DNS,
D-
log sources, all we can take, sir. IDS, IPS, CDR.
Exactly, that's correct.
Firewall.
Yeah,
Firewall.
exactly. Yeah, right.
Firewall proxy.
We can take, sir.
Proxy, IDS, IPS.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, everyone is correct. Not only just servers and endpoints. So as I said, I classified the different types of classification. That is 5. One is network-related log sources like a LAN, WAN, load balancer, routers, switches, printer, and so on. In this similar way, security-related log sources like firewall, proxy, IDS, IPS, DLP, file integrity monitoring, email gateway, web application firewall. Okay, all those will fall under security-related log sources. Next one is infrastructure log sources like all the servers like DNS, DHCP, all the database servers, all the application servers, web servers, and so on. So next one is cloud-related log sources like Amazon, Google Cloud, and Azure. So all those cloud-related. In this similar way, we have application-related log sources like all the applications logs, all the web server logs, app server logs, and web application firewall logs. So every organization will maintain these are the different types of log sources. You no need to say classification whenever someone is asking the interview point of view. It's interview question as well, as I said. So you have to remember about overall how many log sources we have. So directly, as everyone said, you are right. We have to say firewalls, proxy, IDS, IPS, DLP, file integrity monitoring, web application firewall, email gateways, all the servers, all the database, all the application, all the endpoints, laptop, MacBook, workstation, desktop, and so on. So every organization maintains these are the different types of data source or log sources. And those log sources, data sources, logs, we have to integrate. SIM tool definition also it is saying log collection. When you say log collection, integrating the log sources or onboarding the log sources or sending the logs to the SIM tool. So using different types of log integration method, we can collect the logs using push and pull mechanism. So we discussed already log integration methods like syslog server method, collector agent method, and also cloud connector method, WMA method, MSRPC method, API token management method, flow collector method. So these are the different types of log integration methods we have. Based on which type of vendor or tool we are using, according to that one, we can choose the different types of log integration methods, and we can integrate the logs. So log collector, it will collect the logs. Here log collector means all the log integration methods, whatever we discussed. Okay. So using log integration methods from different types of log source or data source, it will collect the logs. Then it will complete parsing, normalization, and aggregation. So that 6 definitions I told you already: aggregation, parsing, normalization, indexing, querying part. So that is very important, especially difference between parsing and normalization. These two are very important. So log collector, it will collect logs from different types of log sources, as you mentioned, as I mentioned otherwise, using different log integration methods, and it will complete parsing, normalization, and aggregation. Then those logs, it will send it to log manager or log processor. What log processor and log manager it will do? It will complete indexing. I think already this one is discussed by Mahesh in last Monday. So these are all the components. This also interview question basically. Indexing, querying, and last one is filtering. Along with filtering, we have correlation rule engine as well. CRE engine. So please remember, CRE engine backend processing will happen on the log manager, log processor, but front end alerts will be received on the ESM or SIM tool or user console. Crossing of the correlation rules will happen in the log manager, log processor, and also alerts will receive on ESM or SIM console or user console. So indexing, querying, and filtering. So these are the different types of 6 parameters or 6 definitions backend process it will do by SIM tool. Please go through all those. Here filtering anyway. Yeah, next one is our ESM. So once those things are completed, so all the 6 things, one is parsing, aggregation, normalization. Next one, indexing, querying, and filtering part. Now, whenever end user or maybe attacker, they are trying to do illegal activity or illegitimate activity or malicious content, those logs, it will come to log collector. Those logs will go to log manager. It will complete all the processing of the logs. And we have correlation rule engine. Whatever correlation rules we created and whatever SIM tool it is proposed or it is providing by default, it will hit that correlation rule or logic. Okay. Once that abnormal activity is happening, based on the logic we have defined, alert will be generated front end of the SIM tool or user console. So SOC team will access this one only. Okay, SOC team will fall under user console. They will take care of the incident investigation here now. That is the generic process. But unfortunately, as I said yesterday itself, SIM tool doesn't have the capability of blocking option or preventing option. So that is the reason now we have one more concept came that is called SOAR. From SIM tool using Python or maybe PowerShell or Perl or HTML, JavaScript, using those different types of program languages, whatever logs are received to SIM tool, those logs will integrate to SOAR. For this one, we have to use some of the Python scripts. So that is a backend process. So respective vendor, they will take care of this one. Okay. Which type of scripts we have to use and how automatic alert will be received. Now this is the SOAR. In the SOAR, we can see the different types of alert notification. Starting with the example 101 is one incident. It's a ticket number basically. And 102. For every instant, one ticket also will be generated. Case management also we can take care of here itself. Example 101 is belongs to brute force attack. 102 is belongs to ransomware attack. 103 is belongs to maybe DOS or DDoS attack and so on. So this is the way how the alert will be received. Once that alert will be received, we can see the from which log sources logs it has received and what is the incident classification, whether the malware category or phishing email category or spoofing category, flooding category, or OWASP top 10 category, and so on. After classifying the incident, you have to do the triaging of the incident, and then you have to do the log analysis. Then finally, you have to classify the incident as a false positive and true positive. If it's a false positive, L1 team will come into picture. they will do the instant analysis part, and they'll make a summary of the report, and they will close the incident. If it's a true positive, L1 team will escalate to L2 team. So L2 team will take care of the instant response. So as I said, we have two different types of process. It is defined by instant lifecycle management process part. One is ITL process, second NIST framework. It's not completed yet. So maybe tomorrow evening I will take that class. Okay. So once based on that true positive instant, whatever L1 team escalated to L2 team, and we have to L2 team will go and they will take care of whether really compromised or not. If something is got compromised based on the NIST instant lifecycle management process, or maybe based on the ITL instant lifecycle management process, we will take care of the instant investigation. So the L2 and L3 team will prioritize P2 and P1 tickets. So L1 team will prioritize, okay, P4 or P3 tickets. So that is the overall. So once that particular instant or alert is received, we can block even a hash value or maybe IP address, even malicious content, everything in the SOAR tool itself. Once you are blocking here, whatever instant investigation you completed, automatically that replication will go back to now whatever tools we are using. So example, that may be EDR tool, blocking of hash value, that may be firewall, blocking of domain name or website or IP address, or blocking of URL link, example proxy or firewall, or maybe blocking of so domain names. Once again, it's a proxy or firewall. So this replication automatically will go. There is no dependency now. There is no need to raise separate tickets. So that is the automation part. What is my guess is in future, we no need to use any SIM concept, no more. Now everything we can do directly SOAR itself. So why we have to send the logs to SIM tool? From there we have to send it to SOAR once again. Why can't we directly, can we develop a product name is called SOAR itself? And why can't we take care of the instant investigation forensic analysis in the SOAR itself, even blocking capability or preventing capability as well? So as I said, going forward, maybe SIM tool we will not use, directly SOAR we can use. Already one of the vendor brought the technology that is called Palo Alto COVID-T5 or COVID-X. So they have their own SOAR capability. They don't have any SIM tool. So directly they implemented a product. That product name is called SOAR. It will do monitoring, alert generation, and also blocking capability as well. There is no need to integrate the logs to SIM tool. Directly from log processor, we can integrate to SOAR itself. So that is the way how this process will work. Okay, that is maybe new trending technology which will come into picture. Already one of the vendor they brought, instead of these are the different types of 3 components we have to use directly from log sources. Logs we can integrate to SOAR. SOAR will take care of the respective capability. So what is the diagram in that scenario? So this is the way how the new structure will come into picture. Okay, in future, already one of the vendors, as I said, already they brought. So that is Palo Alto. It's a COVID-T5. So all the log source logs using Python scripts you have to integrate in the SOAR tool. Only these 2, the remaining 3 will be excluded completely. Okay, so now based on the correlation rules, those logs, it will come to here, processing it will completed, aggregation, parsing, normalization, everything will be completed here. Even correlation tool engine also will be available. And based on the malicious content, whatever end user is doing, or attacker or hacker or intruder is doing, based on the correlation rule and logic, whatever we have defined, that we customized one or a default true, alert will be generated here. So now, once that alert will be generated, as I said several times in the class, respect to SOC team will take care of the instant investigation. Even blocking things also they can do here itself. There is no need to go to the other alternative tools like EDR, proxy, or firewall or domain. The DNS or web application firewall. So once we are blocking all those content, automatically that application will go to all these tools. So going forward, I don't think so we can use SIM or log collector or log manager. Let's see. So, but currently we are following this particular process as of now. Coming back to vendors wise, who all vendors are available in this SOAR? What is the module name? We can call it as IBM QRadar site. That feature we can call it as resilient. IBM resilient. Exabeam side, we can call it as incident responder. Splunk side, it is called Phantom. On the Palo Alto side, COVID T5. Not COVID T5, COVIDX, I think. COVETX. This one I will show. COVIDX, we have tool. Yeah. So these are the couple of tools are very famous on the dedicated to SOAR capability wise. You can purchase IBM QRadar along with that one. Also, you can purchase respective IBM Resilient as a additional module. So in this similar way, Exabeam you can purchase, and additional licensing we have to purchase incident responder. Splunk side we can call it as a Phantom. That is also additional licensing option. Even yesterday also I said UBA also additional licensing option. Threat intelligence feeds also like additional licensing. Nothing but additional payment we have to do. And also SOAR also additional payment we have to do if you want to purchase this licensing. Otherwise, you can purchase directly this tool itself if you don't want to use these are all the different types of SIEM tools. Okay, so that is about overall SOAR. So as I said, I will show you COVIDX from Palo Alto. So it is very, very famous now, this tool in the market. Approximately 2 members are selected for this particular COVIDX tool from Palo Alto. One of the person, Rajshekhar, is selected for, I think, Deloitte. So they offered approximately 70 lakhs dedicated to one tool. So one more girl has selected for the SOAR capability tool. Okay. So dedicated to SOAR also, we have a lot of vacancies. It's more than L3 basically. It's L3. Okay. So whatever SOAR capability we were using, and if you want to know this one, it's a completely L3 level, because you have to take care of the log onboarding, fine tuning, troubleshooting, possible correlation rule creation, and additionally instant investigation also. You should be aware of everything. But couple of companies like TCS or Infosys or Wipro, those companies, so implementation team is different and monitoring team is different, investigation team is different. So this is the way how they are done the boundary everywhere. So only L1 team has to do this one, L2 team boundary is this one, and they have to do only this one. L3 team has to do only this one. In such a way, they create everywhere segregation or boundary part. Okay, so anyway, that depends on which company you are selecting and which company you are onboarding. So that is about overall SOAR. As I said, practically, I will show one of the demo tool or practical demo tool, how to do and what to do and how to do the instant investigation. So that's all about overall SOAR capability. So do you have any questions in this SOAR before moving to other topic? Any questions from SOAR side? Okay.
Clear.
Yeah, next one is threat hunting part. Threat hunting, so most of the people are not able to clear the interview because of threat hunting part. I have one question now. Whether Mahesh last Saturday or Friday, he explained about the Microsoft Defender tool. It's an EDR tool. Whether Mahesh has explained about threat hunting capability in EDR tool or not? Yes or no?
Yes,
He explained, right? Threat hunting.
yes.
Is it an automated threat hunting or manual? So did he raise any queries like KQL, Gustav query language? I'm asking you only. You already listened the or you are already heard about EDR tool practical
It is
demo, right?
automatic. It is automatic based on query
Okay.
languages.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that is threat hunting capability basically. In case if anybody will ask or anyone will ask in the threat hunting capability, yes, I had experience on the Microsoft dependent threat hunting capability. Even I had experience threat hunting capability in our SIM tool as well. So as I said, threat hunting or threat hunter is completely L3 level, not even L1 or L2. It's a completely L3. That's what I said, right? Designations. So L1 team, security analyst, or cyber security analyst, or information security analyst, and so on. L2 team is senior security analyst, senior cyber security analyst, senior information security analyst, and threat detector. So, or instant responder. That is L2 level role. L3 level is threat hunting or threat hunters, or R&D, like a research and development or reverse engineering team, and also malware analysis team. Even SOAR cable, all those will fall under L3 level. Okay. So now coming back to threat hunting, what is mean the threat hunting? What exactly we have to do? So threat hunting is depending on several parameters. We have to hunt the threats not in the automated way, but we have to do hunting part using manual way also. There are two different type threat hunting mechanisms or hypotheses. One is manual hypothesis, one is automated hypothesis. So first we can discuss what is threat hunting part. Hunting of the threats proactively without compromising any incident in our organization by the attacker. Using some of the hypotheses, nothing but algorithms. So that is the one. So there are two different types of mechanisms threat hunting is depending on, or otherwise two different types, I can say, types of threat hunting. One is manual, one is automated. So before going to the types, so hunting of the threats. So we have to identify the threats proactively, not reactively. Proactively, we have to identify using some of the queries, or maybe using some of the query languages what our vendor is supporting. Okay, based on network segmentation, based on the different types of scannings, based on the risk assessment, business impact analysis. So we have to create a logics, and according to that one, we have to hunt the threats. Proactive, not reactive. So reactive is different and proactive is different. So reactive means something already alert is received, maybe it is going to get compromised. So something is happened already, and we are trying to do some of the investigation. That is reactive. Proactive means it is going to come and it is going to compromise to our organization level. So based on the condition, based on the schema, or based on the logic and so on. That is proactive threat hunting. Whenever any attacker, they are trying to do any hacking part, even we are implementing automated threat hunting capability and also manual threat hunting capability. So it has to come the alert notification to us. So based on the whatever logic we define, and once that alert is received, now our L1, L2, and L3 teams will take care of the instant investigation. So that is nothing but threat hunting capability. So now here there are different types of threat hunting. One is manual. For this one, we will use a couple of queries, and one is automated. So most of the cases automated based on the correlation rules. Correlation rule, CRE engine. Based on the correlation rule or logic, it will come automated way. For every attack, we have to create correlation rule. So our logic, as I said, so this is the way how the alert will be generated. That is automated by every SIM tool or SOAR tool. It will support this particular capability. But second one is a manual part. Manual part is you have to write your own queries. So using different types of logics, as I said. So if it is Splunk programming language, if it is IBM QRadar, AQL and SQL or PostgreSQL, and if it is Splunk SPL, Azure Sentinel KQL, and Exabeam is SQL, and the logarithm is SQL, and also next one is RSA or McAfee SQL once again. So these are the different types of languages we have to use. Everything is a drop-down list only. There is no need to worry about this one, except Exabeam and Splunk. Exabeam and Splunk, we have to use queries. I already put a couple of queries like IP address equals to, hostname equals to, or combination of both IP address and hostname or username. According to this one, we have to write the queries manual way, and we have to get the logic, and we have to see what are the authentication failures or VPN authentication failures or any DLP related data breaches are happening and so on. Okay. So anyway, that particular part, once again, we can discuss either part of EDR tool or we part of Splunk or we part of IBM QRadar. Okay. So please remember these two things. One is manual way, second one is automated way. Not only these two, even threat hunting is depending on several parameters. Anyone? What are the first solution or parameter? Yesterday we discussed already. If you want to take threat hunting, what exactly? So several parameters we have to define. What is the first one? Yesterday we discussed already. What is the first topic yesterday? What is the first topic we discussed yesterday? What?
Intelligence.
Threat intelligence speeds, guys.
Trustworthy.
Threat intelligence speeds. So nothing but threat intelligence driver. First topic is threat intelligence driver. Okay, so under this one, so as I said yesterday itself, what are feeds we are integrating proactively, indirectly it is lead to threat hunting part only. So first one is intelligence driven. Intelligence is driven example, threat intelligence feeds integration or report. So as I said, commercial feeds we have to integrate and whatever it's happening. I give an example also, Russia and Ukraine war is going on. Lot of attackers from South Korea, North Korea, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China. So from all Russia and Ukraine, all these countries, there are lot of attacks are happening. So whatever attacks are happening and what are the malicious IPs or malicious domains, malicious URL links, all those things we have to gather and we have to integrate it to our SIM tool. Or even we have to block in our respective other tools as well. So that is the first part, threat intelligence feeds integration. So the second one is related to our vulnerability scans. So vulnerability scans also will fall under, okay, so threat hunting only, proactive threat hunting. How it will proactive threat hunting, anyone? If are doing vulnerability scans, how that one is related to our threat hunting capability, anyone? Can you guess it? How vulnerability scans indirectly it will lead to threat hunting capability? Anyone?
Vulnerability is a threat, so we can.
Now, what is I am saying here? Or what I'm trying to say here? If you are doing vulnerability scans, how that one will be part of threat hunting? How it is subset of threat hunting? How vulnerability scans are subset of threat hunting? Because these vulnerability scans we are doing proactively, not reactively. Something it's not happened. As I said, monthly once we have to run the patches. If you're not doing the patch updates, obviously attacker will identify the loopholes and will try to compromise the servers or databases and so on. So if are doing these particular scan updates also, patch updates also, what are vulnerabilities we identified, we are not doing reactive approach here. Monthly once we are scanning the servers or applications and we are identifying the vulnerabilities related to OS or network or application or cloud and so on. So we are informing the respective server team to do the patch updates. If something got compromised, we are not working on the vulnerability scans. Proactively monthly once we are running the scans and we are asking the respective teams to do the patch management. In such a way, so proactively we are doing the patch management and we are mitigating the vulnerabilities. Indirectly, it will lead to threat mitigation. Obviously, indirectly, it will lead to the threat hunting capability. So vulnerability scans indirectly, it is interlinked with the threat hunting capability. Obviously, threat intelligence speeds directly only. Whatever it's happening, as I said, across the globe or universe or worldwide. So these malicious content we can receive using commercial tools or open source tool, and we can block it proactively. So next one is, that is on the first thing, that is threat intelligence driver. So what else we have to do other than this one? Only one thing. So this is the first capability. So second one is situational awareness. Can you give one of the example of situational awareness? In technical point of, not our personal point of view. Situational awareness. Can you give one of the topic what are we discussed yesterday? So example risk assessment. Yeah. Risk assessment, business impact analysis, BIA. Every yearly once, risk assessment is not completed yet. We have this risk assessment is a part of our information security GRC. So that time we'll explain more into what is risk assessment and what is business impact analysis. So risk assessment yearly once we have to do on the endpoint level. Is there any risk is existing, whether we have implemented all the security solutions or not. In the similar way, risk assessment we have to do on the network level, and we have to do in the server level or infrastructure level, and also we have to do in the cloud level and application level and so on. So risk assessment we can do in the first we have to identify the risk, and after identifying the risk we have to do the risk assessment. After identifying the risk assessment or after doing the analysis of the risk assessment, we have to take care of the risk mitigation. Risk can be accepted, risk can be avoided, risk can be transferred, risk can be mitigated. So these are the 4 different types of risk acceptance criteria we have to do. Once we are doing indirectly, that one leads to reducing of the risk to organization level. 100% we cannot eliminate the risk, but we can reduce the risk to 90%. But 100% it's very impossible. We don't know what will happen, how the attacker penetrate our organization, endpoint or network application, but we can reduce the risk by implementing compensative controls or by implementing defensive controls and so on. So that is risk assessment. This one I can discuss part of GRC, governance, risk and compliance, a part of information security, IS. And business impact analysis is a part of information security. This also I will discuss part of GRC. So here proactively we are doing risk assessment and identifying the risk, and we are implementing the risk mitigation steps as well. Just you can compare this risk assessment always your personal health insurance or personal life insurance as well. Same concept. How you are taking care of your family whenever something it's happened to you as a risk, that may be accident or whatever death it's happened and so on. So that amount we are transferring to third party like insurance companies, that may be personal health insurance or personal life insurance. Even whenever you are purchasing couple of 4-wheeler or 2-wheeler vehicles, or even our gadgets like mobiles or laptop or MacBook, so we'll always take insurance. What is the reason? Something it's happened, so third party will give some of the amount to us as any mitigation or any damage part, or something it went as a risk. So same concept is applicable to here as well. So in our organization level, endpoint level or network level or application level or cloud level, we can do the risk assessment, and based on the analysis wise, whether we have to transfer to third party insurance companies or else can we mitigate directly ourselves by implementing the tools, or maybe directly can we accept the risk. So meaning here, okay, no problem. I don't take LIC or I don't take any personal health insurance related policies or schemes. It's okay. I can accept the risk. Whatever it's happened, I have sufficient properties there in my life. I have to take care of my family. So they are accepting the same thing. We can accept the risk in the organization level also. So it's a non-critical server or non-critical database or non-critical application. Something it's hacking also, no problem. There is no critical data it's existing in the organization level. This is the way, based on the what type of data it is sitting, what type of access is providing with respect to end users, whether this particular access is providing to the end users or else maybe public or customers. According to those parameters, we have to do the risk assessment, and also risk acceptance and risk mitigation, risk avoidance and risk transfer. So that we can discuss part of our GRC. Don't worry. There are different types of risk assessment we can implement, like a quantitative, qualitative, and hybrid. Okay, that is situational awareness part. Next one is machine learning capability or deep learning capability. So that will fall under analysis driven or analytics driven. Can you give example one analytics driven what we discussed yesterday? Anyone? Analytics, data analytics concept we discussed. Under which topic we discussed?
Uba.
Uba.
Exactly. That's correct. Uba. Uba is example of analytics driven or machine learning capability and deep learning capability. So we can do this one. And also we have one more scientist is identified threat hunting, but it's outdated or legacy one. We are not using no more. That is called crown jewel analysis. So right now we are not using this concept crown jewel analysis because this one is implemented 2002, 2015, 2005 or 10, sorry. 2002, 2005 or 10 only. So it's outdated or legacy. We are not using no more now because attackers, they are using different types of tactics and techniques and processes related to advanced features. So this crown jewel analysis will not support whatever hacking is happening across the globe. Okay, so for different types of advanced category of the attacks, whatever attacker is trying to do. Okay, so this one we are not using crown jewel analysis. It's one of the approach. Whenever any hunting, if you want to do, we have to follow a couple of algorithms. And UBA is now we are using user entity behavior analytics. So as I said, once you are deploying SIM tool, if you are enabling this feature based on the user actions and activity, and also history of the respective end user in the similar way, entity or maybe server or a database or applications or maybe endpoints like laptop or MacBook workstation desktop, these are called entities basically for every organization. So based on these entity related actions or habits or activities or maybe even responses also. So whether it's first time activity or last time activity or what is the behavioral pattern by the respective end user or entity is doing, according to that one, alerts will be generated. So this is very helpful whenever any new category attacks are entering to our organization level. So based on these parameters, our threat hunting approach is depending on. Okay, so if you are implementing these many things, then only we can do proactive threat hunting, not reactive. Okay, so it is depending on these are the several parameters. So that's why this is L3 level. That's what I said. Threat hunting is depending on several parameters. One is threat intelligence speeds integration, and you should be aware of how to integrate and what to do and how to do on the threat intelligence side. And vulnerability scans, anyway, it's a part of vulnerability management. And risk assessment you should be aware of, and the business impact analysis and OBA integration. Even SOAR also I'll keep here. So if you are doing all these things, that is okay. So manual way, in the similar way, our SIM tool has a capability of even automated way also based on the correlation rules or use cases, whatever customized correlation rules we created or default correlation rules, whatever vendor is supporting. According to these particular things, our threat hunting is defined. So once a practical demo tool, when I will show that time, I will show even threat hunting capability as well. So this threat hunting capability existing for not only SIM tool, this existing even for EDR tools as well. Only these tools, these two tools will support our threat hunting approach. One is EDR, second one is SIM tool. So that is about threat hunting part overall. Okay, so next one we can move to architecture diagrams of the SIM. Before going to the architecture diagrams, I will explain about who are all the vendors are existing in the market. SIM tool vendors. SIM tools are vendors. Right now, number one, always from past 15 years, always IBM QRadar. Next one is Splunk. Next one is Azure Sentinel. Next one is Exabeam. Securonix. Next one is RSA. McAfee. Next one, Fortisim. Next one is Micro Focus or HP ArcSight. Next one, Alienwald or Alienwald. Next one is ELK. ELK is a combination of both open source and commercial. Next one is Cisco Managed Engine. Next one is Event Tracker. Logarithm, I forgot. Logarithm. So these are there are so many, but these are all the very famous tools are existing right now in the market. So most of our job vacancies are existing for IBM QRadar, Splunk, Azure Sentinel, Exabeam. Next one is McAfee, RSA. Once upon a time, these two are very famous. Even Wipro, Accenture, Infosys, TCS, almost all the companies not once upon a time, 4 years back. 4 years back, these tools are very leading tools. As per Gartner report, it was in the leader position. But from past 2 years, it is not doing that much great. Next one is ELK is also one of the famous tools. But it's open source and also commercial, combination of both. We can use open source and also we can use commercial. Nothing but we can purchase as well. If you are purchasing commercial, we have more options. And also logarithm also leader position. So these are all the tools are very famous. Even Micro Focus and HP ArcSight also around 2015 to 2019. So these 4 years, one of the leading tool. So this HP ArcSight tool is from HP company or DXC company. So it is handling our respective SIM tool capability. But this is one of the, not one of the, it is somewhat delay and somewhat performance related issues because not hardware device, it's a software device. So that is the reason it has a lot of issues in the HP ArcSight. It's very, very slow and performance also it is not that much great. Okay, so most of our vacancies in any organization or any company nowadays, they are going with IBM QRadar and Splunk and Azure Sentinel and Exabeam. Next one is Logarithm. These 5 are very, very famous now currently in the market. Okay, you should not be expert in all these fields. Even this, you will mention everything in resume also. From past 3 years, you're working only one organization. How do you have experience on 4 or 5 tools? So they will treat you like as a fake guy or you are saying lies in the interview point of view. In that scenario, as I said, you should be a part of MSS team. When you say MSS team, it's a managed security services. So we'll provided services to multiple clients all over the worldwide. In 3 years of the time, whatever experience you are putting, you worked on 3 projects. For each and every project, SIM tool may be different. One of the project IBM QRadar you are using, one of the project you are using Splunk, one of the project you are using Exabeam. In such a way, you should know how to answer the questions as well. You should understand that logical thinking as well. Okay, so anyway, IBM QRadar we can discuss, Splunk also we can discuss, and Sentinel also we can discuss, and Logarithm also we can discuss. These 4 tools we can discuss practically. So these tools will start very soon once architectures are completed. Okay, so these 4 we can discuss part of our practical sessions. Okay, so before going to that, we should know, you should know, so what is the architecture of IBM QRadar? What are the features it is supporting? What are the licensing we have to purchase? So what is the deployment it is supporting, whether hardware deployment or software deployment? That's what we discussed, right? For vulnerability management, EDR, and also DLP, HADS, HAPS, file integrity monitoring, even encryption as well. So even web application firewall also, we discussed about what is sales team will do, what is pre-sales team will do, what is design architecture team will do, and what is implementation team will do, and also what is operational team L1, L2, L3 team will do. So that's what. Same way, here also, we can discuss everything. So not only that one, so whatever I have mentioned here, IBM QRadar architecture we can discuss, and what are the features it will support, what are licensing we have to purchase, what log integration methods it will support, what is severity levels of the incident, that we can discuss. Same way, what are we discussed for EDR or DLP or HDS, HFAs or FIM or web application firewall or vulnerability management. Same way that all those features, design, deployment, operational support, log onboarding, log integration methods, everything we can discuss for every tool. So IBM QRadar, we can discuss Splunk, we can discuss Sentinel, Exabeam, and HP ArcSight, McAfee. So around 6 to 7 architecture diagrams I will provide, along with features, design, and deployment, and what is the license we have to purchase, and what is log integration method. Before going to these particular architecture diagrams or feature discussion part, first I'll explain about what is generic SIM architecture or components. So what is our next topic? SIM architecture or components. It's a very, very famous interview question. Whatever resume in our resume, whatever tool you are keeping, that may be IBM QRadar or Splunk or Logarithm or maybe Exabeam or Sentinel, whatever you are keeping in your resume, they'll ask what is architecture diagram. Okay, so you should be aware of these architecture diagram. And also, as I said, why we are discussing about these many tools or architecture diagrams. So as I said, we can discuss about this one, we can discuss about this one, we can discuss about this one, we can discuss about this one. And the next one is McAfee, fifth one, and the sixth one. So why we want to discuss all these? Why not one? Because couple of interviews, they'll expect dedicated tool itself. But instead of saying example, maybe in your resume, you are keeping Logarithm and you are keeping Splunk, you are keeping example, maybe Exabeam. But what are vacancies they are looking, example, TCS company. In your resume, this one is mentioned. But vacancy is for example, maybe TCS or Wipro or maybe Infi or maybe Accenture or whatever it may be. So they have requirement for IBM QRadar. They have requirement for Micro Focus or maybe HP ArcSight. So they have a requirement, we may make of it. Example. But in your resume, this one. But what is the vacancy they are looking for? They are looking for complete opposite. Whatever in a resume, it is not existing. Whatever job descriptions they are giving. Then whether they will do shortlisting of your resume, yes or no? In your resume, you are keeping these tools, Logarithm, Splunk, Exabeam, but as per the TCS requirement, Wipro requirement, Infosys requirement, they have IBM QRadar requirement and Micro Focus requirement or HP ArcSight, RB McAfee requirement. So whether your resume will be shortlisted by TCS or Infosys or Wipro, yes or no?
No,
No?
No.
That is wrong. That is wrong answer. Even that's what I said several times in the class as well. Which tool you are working doesn't matter. Whether you know backend process or not, whether know what is the architecture diagram it looks like, whether you are aware of the instant investigation whenever something got compromised, even that is a false positive or true positive. They will test your technical knowledge only. They will not see which tool you are working on. Doesn't matter for them which tool you are working on. So that's what I said. Even Gmail we will use for sending the mails and receiving the mails. Even in the similar way, Yahoo Mail also we can use sending the mails and receiving the mails. In the similar way, we can use Outlook or Office 365. We can use sending the mails and receiving the mails only. But what is the main topic or main discussion here? For every email server we are using, that may be Yahoo Mail or email or Gmail or Hotmail or Outlook. Main consideration here is sending the mails and receiving the mail. That is the backend concept. That is the purpose we are using. That is the objective or goal. Same way here also, which tool you are using doesn't matter. Whether you are aware of the instant investigation process whenever any alert is received, whether you know backend process, whether you know architecture diagram or not. Example, maybe you know how to bike a ride Hero Honda, can't you ride a scooty and so on. Maybe here and there, some of the gear related issues only, so that you can learn within 1 or 2 days. But you know how to ride a bike. how to ride a four-wheeler and so on. So that system is same as it for every car or every bike and so on. Same thing you can apply here as well. So backend concept for every tool is same as it is. Only front-end concept maybe it is different. So maybe example on the Nessus tool we have seen already. So once we are opening Nessus tool, we can see dashboard, we can see settings tab, we can see reports, and we can see admin tab. On the left-hand side, once again, we can see policies tab, folders creation tab, and also settings tab. So even support tab and help tab is existing on the left-hand side. Same way, if you are opening Qualys also, same things we can see. Dashboards, reports, where terminology-wise it is different. But how to create scan policy, how to create scan rule, okay, how to schedule this scan, how to generate email notification, that backend concept is same as it is. Only front-end console, maybe you can learn within a week or less than 1 week also. Okay, so that is what, even though their vacancies are completely opposite whatever it is mentioned in your resume, obviously they will shortlist your resume. For that one, you should be aware of, okay, at least what is the architecture, what are the features it is supporting, what the license it is supporting, what the log integration methods are supporting, what are the, okay, so onboarding of log sources it is supporting. That you should be aware of, means you can manage the interview. Example, maybe as per your resume, as I said, logarithm, Splunk, and Exabeam is existing, and TCS is looking for IBM QRadar. In your resume, IBM QRadar is not existing. Now you came for the interview, and I am the interviewer. I am asking one of the interview question. What do you know about IBM QRadar? What the answer you will give? What the answer you will give? What do you know about IBM QRadar? What the answer you will give? You will say, obviously, I don't know anything about IBM QRadar, but I have tool experience like a logarithm and Splunk and Exabeam. Whether interview will satisfy in this scenario, whether you are convincing the interviewer, whether you're convincing or not, no, you are not convincing. You are directly saying, no, I don't know IBM QRadar, but I know about logarithms, Splunk, and Exabeam only. That's what I have mentioned in my resume. But that is not a convincing way giving the answer to the interviewer. Okay, so these are called soft skills basically. Instead of saying directly no with a rude or aggressive manner, better you can say smart answer you can give. So I know about IBM QRadar architecture diagram. I know what is the backend process it's working on. I know what the log integration methods it will support. I know how to create correlation rules and so on. So you are giving 1 or 2 days console training or console access to me. Even I can work on IBM QRadar as well. I'm eager to learn new things. I can do R&D, research and development. In the interview point, they will not consider not only technical skills, but also they'll consider how much eagerly you want to learn new things. First of all, whether you are okay, so learn to new things or not. So whether you are working on R&D or not, like a self-learning skills or self-technical skill learning your own way, how much honest you are, everything it matters, not just about technical skills. So that is the reason. So we are going to discuss about almost what are famous tools are existing in our market. So that is the reason we can discuss what are famous tools are available in the market as per Gartner report. I will explain about all those tools. Instead of saying directly no, I don't know anything about IBM QRadar, I don't know anything about Micro Focus, I don't know anything about McAfee and so on. Better you can give convincing answer. I know about backend process. I know what is the architecture diagram or component it looks like, and what are the features it will support, what the licensing options it will support, what the log integration methods it will support, and how to onboard the log sources. You are giving in such a answers, obviously they will select you. Okay, that is the way how we have to give the answers. So that's all for today morning session. Once again, today evening, I will take this session. Give me 1 second. I will check my calendar. Okay, I will take class around 7:40. So 7 to 7:30, I have one meeting is there. So once I will complete that one, I need some buffer time, 10 minutes, because I have to switch over the laptop. So I will take the class around 7:45, I can consider 7:45 to 8:45. So that's all about today morning session. There is no need to worry about all these. We discussed only one topic today, that is SOAR. Okay. So evening we can continue, and evening we can discuss about architecture diagrams. Okay. So do you have any questions? Yeah, as I said,
No, sir.
I uploaded already yesterday whatever topic we discussed. Okay. Once again, possible, please post your email addresses in our WhatsApp group. So today itself, I will provide the access to you. Okay. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just you can provide this one, and also by tomorrow evening, almost I will update all the material, everything, most probably. Okay. So better you can provide today itself your email address. By tomorrow evening, almost I can provide all the investigations, correlation rule creation, and a couple of other material as well, and resumes and so on. Any questions do you have?
No, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.